Righty, so let's begin. So parts of the guitar. So the acoustic guitar. So sound going from the body down, well, it's going from the bottom rather. You've got the body, okay, the bridge. That's connected to the top of the guitar. You've got this thin line called the saddle. A pick guard. Sometimes they can be hard to see. They can be see-through. So that's their sound hole. Now, even if you're using this is a steel string acoustic guitar. If you're playing a nylon string classical sound type, you may not have a pick guard. You might do, you might not. Other things you'll probably have, which is all good. Okay, the sound hole. 6 strings. This is the neck. These bars going across are called the frets. That thing right at the end there is called a nut, even though it doesn't look like one, but it's a nut. And then here we've got the head where you tune. So this is the important tune. So E, A, D, G, B, E. Now they're important. So that's the acoustic guitar. Now the electric guitar. Oops, too far. Right, same thing. We have the body. We have a bridge looking different. We have these things here called pickups. So that replaces the sound hole. We have the scratch plate or the pick guard, which is the white thing we're seeing here. Okay, and you've got some controls, volume and tone controls, your pickup selector. You've got this thing called a tremolo arm. Not all guitars have that. Okay, so this is a particular style or design of guitar called a Strat or Stratocaster. Input jack. Here is the neck. Okay, and here are the frets. The dots on here are neck position markers, which are very useful. You have them on the very top when you're sitting down. You have the guitar in position. You're going to see black dots along the top of the neck as well. Here's the nut, and here is the head. And these are the string winders, and again, E, A, D, G, B, E. So that's the electric guitar. Okay, so that's all pretty good. Now, so now we're going to come on to the next page. Wrong way. And here we have information about how to tune the guitar. Okay, now what we've got to be careful with, what we need to understand are a number of things really. So we have on the tuner you have these words called chromatic. Okay, chromatic is every note on the guitar. So the tuner will, in that setting, if you've got a tuner and it says that it's a setting called chromatic, CHROMATIC, that's every note on the guitar, which is very handy, but very confusing. So these are every notes available. So if all these notes come up, that you've got a chromatic setting, which probably you don't want to use straight away. You want to have a tuner which has a setting where it's calibrated just to consider the 6 strings on the guitar. Okay, now the 6 strings on the guitar are these: E, A, D, G, B, E. 6th string E all the way to 1st string E. Now the way I think about this is that biggest string, biggest number. Now that explains where the 6th string is, because if you look at your guitar, the biggest, fattest string, okay, is the one that is on top. And that is your 6th string. And so that's called an E. So the skinniest one is also called an E. Counting from the skinniest string, you have the B, you have the G, you have the D, the A, and the E. Okay, so this page says if you are tuning the E string and your tuner reads F, take it down one note. If you are tuning the A string and your tuner reads A flat, take it up one note. Remember to tune your guitar every time you pick it up to play because it will be out of tune. Even one string slightly out of tune will sound bad. If you're playing for about 30 minutes in one stretch, it's a good idea to tune you through as well. So now that's true, the guitar always goes out of tune. It's just the nature of the instrument. So learning how to tune is really important. Now, here's a good way of using the names of the strings to create some kind of setting. So there's many different settings. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. There's one way you can use it. When I was young, it was the other way around. It was Easter bunnies get dizzy at Easter. There we go. So you can make up your own ones. There's all these different ones, whatever works for you. All right, so that's that information. So how do you use that information? Well,